The following is a fictional broadcast for entertainment purposes only. After hearing this disclaimer, you agree not to tell anyone about the horrible events described in this audio. By listening to this disclaimer fully, you agree not to hold us legally responsible for the random men in black coming to your door with memory erasing pills disguised as your daily fix of LSD. As you continue to listen to this, your car or similar vehicle will be subjected to repeated break-ins by men in white coats searching for any long-term residual radiation not left behind by the UFO that didn't crash in your backyard. You didn't see nothing or hear nothing after this audio. We are watching you always, so drop your Diet Coke, eat healthy, and go outside and play Pokemon Go while we track your every move. Do not listen to this audio, and enjoy.
How long do I have to be in this cage for?
Until we can miniaturize a translator, at least. It's hard trying to convert this hardware into software. Even with our smartphones today, it takes time. What's wrong?
It's nothing, just that I can't wait to be in better contact with your species. It's just frustrating that the closest we have is a radio with a 20-feet range between the two of us. I don't even know what you look like.
Yeah, but even with the translator complete, if you go near me, I'll end up like the others you tried to greet.
I think you left your recorder on.
Ah, shit. The next case file. We'll get back to this later. Buzz me if you need anything. Hello, if you're listening to this, you failed to listen to our disclaimer, and decided your life isn't valuable enough that we can interfere with it however we please. With that said, you want to know about the aliens, didn't you? Since you're probably going to get your mind wiped anyway, I may as well tell you. In this case, we don't have a specific species, as we here at the agency don't catalog new species all the time. But we also investigate strange phenomena in their wake. Since the beginning of UFO-related incidences, there have been many strange yet common events, case in point, the mutilations of cows and other farm-related livestock. There have been various ways these mutilations have been related to UFO sightings, such as the lady mutilation of '67, where the horse of the same name was found with the skin missing and precision cuts, as well as a medicinal odor in the air, with no blood left in the body. Incidences like these have often been hard to cover up. We have exhausted the blame the cults thing to the point where now it's 2016 and we can't even blame them without even sounding prejudice. However, in this case, we couldn't cover it up if we tried. We recently found bodies of dairy cows buried underneath the desert in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We also found more than $8 million worth of meth money 10 miles away from the site, but that's not important. The cattle were found with no wounds, save for their skin completely missing, some flesh, and a 2-inch hole located at the center of the skull. The flesh seems to appear to have bite marks on it, but the drill holes have to have been from a tool of some kind. Excuse me for a minute. What is it?
That was us.
What?
We killed those cows, as you call it.
Okay, may I ask why?
Well, in order to make our pills, we needed to experiment on some brain fluid. We tried to ask these cows when we couldn't ask you, but they ended up running off as well. Pointless anyways, since all they could say was just one word. Boo. So we had to put them down, we took the brain fluid, and we gave them a proper burial as we witnessed through your death customs, so you just desecrated the grave.
What about the bite marks?
We've been on this planet for 9 years. We have no food save for what we exhausted along the way. During that time, we witnessed your food rituals and we noticed that cows are a delicacy for humans. So, in an effort to blend in, we decided to try them out for ourselves. It was nourishing, but I don't see how you could enjoy the taste so bloody.
You have to cook them first.
With that fire maker you use?
It's called a barbecue. We cook and flavor them. Don't you have delicacies in your homeworld?
Not quite. We mostly have what's called a nourishment drink, all the nutrients our species need. You seem to have similar ones with your meal replacements and multivitamins. How come you don't eat those often?
Well, we haven't made a perfect meal replacement yet.
We'd be happy to help with that.
Okay, and in return we'll provide you with more livestock for your experiments.
That's great. The pills are fine. The problem is that we base its power on the memory of the animal we experimented on. If we could find animals with a better long-term memory, we could increase its power from a few days to maybe years. That way, your listeners won't remember this case.
That's good. We've been keeping an eye out for Patient Zero. He's been getting twitchy lately. Nothing big, but the emotional trauma from the joys must still linger in his mind.
Poor guy. We did the best we could for him. What about Prime? Any sight of him?
Still missing in action. Dice ain't leaving the planet anytime soon, though.
How can you be sure?
I lived on this planet my whole life. I know how much stupidity goes on out there on a daily basis. He wouldn't pass on an all-you-can-eat buffet. By the way, we discovered why you're genetically repellent.
Why's that?
They mixed your DNA with theirs. Technically, you're half joy. You're half joy, so until we get you separated, you're still in quarantine. I'm sorry.
When I get out, I am going to rip Joy Prime into pieces.
When we find him, I'll point you in his direction. You, the listener, was not supposed to hear that.
Why do you do these if you don't want people to remember them?
It's more or less hiding these files in plain sight. People know but don't know. Plus, it's a way to entertain our test subjects before they lose their memory. Anyway, thanks for listening to this. If these experiments are anything to go by, you may not remember this, hopefully for good.